Once seen as the potential next face of the Golden State Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga's future at the franchise remains up in the air nearly a month since the start of free agency. It's become crystal clear that the Warriors aren't committed to Kuminga beyond their current Stephen Curry timeline, having reportedly offered a 2-year, $40 million contract to the former 7th overall pick according to NBA insider Mark Stein on Monday. The Warriors are building a 2-year window to win with Stephen Curry. Golden State have evidently forecasted a 2-year window to try and win another championship with Curry at the forefront. The Warriors are seeking full flexibility in the 2027 offseason, and not even the talent of Kuminga will force them to stray beyond those goals. Curry is contracted for another 2 years at over $120 million, by which point the then 39-year-old superstar may be ready to take less than the maximum salary available to him. Jimmy Butler was also handed a 2-year extension at over $110 million when he arrived via trade in early February, while Draymond Green too will become a free agent in 2027 should he opt into his $27.7 million deal for the 2026-27 season. The Warriors have a clear plan to build around that veteran trio over the next 2 years, then reassess from there when a number of superstar players could be hitting the market. Golden State's 2-year offer to Kuminga makes it obvious that they won't prioritize him above that plan, or at least not at the $20+ million annual salary that he's seeking. Fellow 2021 lottery pick Moses Moody is the only player on the entire Golden State roster that has guaranteed money in the 2027-28 season, with the young wing signing an extension in October that will see him make $13.4 million on the final year of his deal. Veteran sharpshooter Buddy Hield has a $10.1 million player option for the 2027-28 season, but before then only $3 million of his 2026-27 deal is guaranteed. That means the Warriors can offload the 32-year-old and create even more room for that 2027 offseason that's shaping as a pivotal one across the league. Both Los Angeles teams and the Lakers and Clippers are also prioritizing cap flexibility in 2027. That was undoubtedly part of the reasoning behind the Clippers' decision to trade the extension-eligible Norman Powell for John Collins, with starting center Ivica Zubac the only player with a guaranteed contract for the 2027-28 season. In today's modern financial landscape with the first and second tax aprons, teams are being more wary than ever of their long-term situations. That's specifically hurting Kuminga's market right now, along with other restricted free agents in Josh Giddey, Quentin Grimes, and Cam Thomas who are all stuck in a holding pattern right now. The high point of the NBA offseason came and went without the Golden State Warriors doing anything. The entire offseason has gone by without the team re-signing a player, signing a new face, or making a trade. Fans have been waiting for a restricted free agency domino to drop. What will happen with Jonathan Kuminga? On Thursday, ESPN NBA insider Shams Charania reported that he spoke with Kuminga, saying that the forward is in good spirits and in no rush to decide his future. Charania added that the Warriors received offers from the Suns and Kings, but that they weren't enough. Kuminga wants to be a featured player, something that hasn't happened in the Bay and won't happen if he sticks around. He wants the opportunity to prove that he's a star. If he had things his way, he'd get the payday he wants from another team. There is a reason why he isn't in a rush to accept the Warriors' offers. We're in the dead part of the offseason, but maybe we'll eventually get some action with a Kuminga sign-and trade. Or, if the Warriors sign him to a 2- or 3-year deal, he could be traded before the February deadline. So, if he isn't traded this summer, odds are he will be during the season or next offseason, unless he magically finds the fit he wants in San Francisco. A sign-and trade is still an option for the Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga. ESPN's Anthony Slater confirmed that Golden State wants a promising young player and a first-round pick for Kuminga in a sign-and trade. The Suns mortgaged their future for Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, 2 players who aren't on the roster anymore, so they don't have a first-round pick to send to the Warriors. Slater added that Kuminga's agent, Aaron Turner, has spent much of July searching for sign-and trade opportunities. Kuminga is stuck between a rock and a hard place as a restricted free agent. Teams no longer have the cap space to make him an offer, so his path to leaving the Warriors this offseason is a sign-and trade. Again, it's clear that he wants to go. He's holding out on accepting an offer from Golden State, hoping that an opportunity to leave will materialize. Fans might have thought that this saga would come to an end soon, as we're at the end of July. While that could happen, it doesn't seem likely. Will a sign-and trade happen? Or will Kuminga agree to a short-term deal with the Warriors, banking on a future trade? TBD. Will the Chicago Bulls do business with a rival from the Western Conference? Both the Bulls and Golden State Warriors have been relatively quiet during the offseason. In fact, the Warriors are the only team who haven't done anything at all in the summer. But is that about to change? According to Brett Siegel, via Ray Almeida, the Bulls and Warriors have talked about working together in order to facilitate a Jonathan Kuminga trade. If this trade were to happen, dosunmu would be moved to the Warriors. Kuminga and the Warriors alike have held out hope this offseason that the Bulls would be a suitor in a potential sign-and-trade scenario. In any scenario involving Chicago, dosunmu would be the headline player going to Golden State, per Brett Siegel. The Kuminga situation in Golden State has been the talk of the NBA for months now. Even before the season was over, there was great speculation about Kuminga leaving the Warriors and heading to another team. He has made no secret of his desire to play for a squad that uses him more often. He doesn't want to be a second-unit player forever, but it doesn't feel like he will get many more opportunities with the Warriors. Would the Bulls be a good home for him? They definitely have the space for Kuminga and could give him the starting role that he wants. However, the Warriors could demand a lot in any sign-and-trade deal, and would the Bulls be able to make them happy? Other teams, such as the Sacramento Kings, have been linked to Kuminga, so there is a chance a deal with the Bulls doesn't go through. But if both sides are able to work things out, this could be a trade that works well for the Warriors and Bulls.